Welcome to the Keychain Podcast, where every key tells a story.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mish.
And today we're giving you an inside look at the people, the partners, and the purpose behind the Matt Harnick Team at Keller Williams Real Estate. Today we have a very special guest. They're all special. This one in particular is a little more special to me than most of them. Sorry, guys. This is my son. This is Josh Harnick, the third member of our team. Josh has been given the title that Mish gave him of the Director of Field Operations. Yeah. And we'll delve into a little more about why he's called that and what he does. But welcome, dude.
How you doing? It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to have you on.
Thanks for letting us open the door to your story, because I'm pretty sure you've got an interesting take on what it's like to be not only someone who's getting into real estate themselves, which is phenomenal, and we're so proud, but also being, what are you, fourth or fifth generation now? Fifth generation.
Fifth generation, yeah.
Right. So, like, what's that feel like to have that title of fifth generation in real estate?
I mean, it's really cool. I didn't really know my great.
You didn't know you're great or you're great.
Well, yeah.
You didn't
but,
great.
Growing up, it was always, my grandfather and investing in properties and stuff. And with Dad, I always, in the car had to be quiet when he was on calls and stuff.
Yep.
And, but it's really cool that I can finally kind of follow in those footsteps and become a real estate agent or do something in real estate.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so exciting. Outside of this, we also want to get to know you a little bit on the personal level, right? So why don't you tell us what you're up to now?
Yeah, well, this is my last week before I go back to school. I'm a sophomore at Penn State.
Jesus.
Which is kind of weird to think about because, I was
just... For you?
Well, yeah, for me.
It's weird
for you
too.
But, it's kind of cool. I've been thinking about Penn State since I was, I guess, in middle school, and my older cousins went to Penn State, and it's just, it's kind of cool to finally live that dream, because, I've always wanted to go there. What else am I doing? It's kind of being put on the spot. It's kind of hard to think about. It is putting on the
spot. So what are you majoring in?
I am going to be majoring in business management, kind of just looking at, different aspects of the business school. Hopefully, I'll be able to take those talents to real estate and hopefully do something along those lines. Maybe... I don't even know.
I say this all the time, and people look at me like I have 15 hats, right? But there's an alphabet soup of what you can do in real estate.
Yes.
You don't have to be an agent. There are many avenues, right? Even in my position alone in operations, you can have the DOO, you can have a CEO, you can have a COO, you can have an operations manager, you could be a marketing manager, listing manager. There's so many avenues that you can take, but just having that business degree background opens up so many doors, whether it's in real estate, which is great if that's what you choose, but if not, you kind of have the gambit of what you can do, right?
Yeah, it's great because they offer so many classes at school too, and I'm just kind of dipping my toe in just all of the different classes and seeing what I like, and then moving forward with what I do like.
And the interesting thing is that most people, I'm not sure if you're even aware of this, most people that get into real estate in one way or another do not come from a business background, do not have a business degree. I didn't, and most people didn't.
If y'all watched my episode, I came from something totally different than real estate. So yep. It doesn't have to. That doesn't always have to be a first opportunity for you. It can always be something that you do on the side too, as well, right? Getting
Absolutely.
Your license just opens up things across the board. So let's talk about your licensing journey in general. Sorry, there is a fly going around this podcast today. So if you see us kind of, if you see us kind of batting, we don't know where this thing came from. But let's talk about your licensing journey, right? Mm-hmm. So when you first were thinking about doing it, and you were like, "Hey, Dad, I think this is something that I'm interested in."
Yeah, so I first brought this up, I guess it was a couple of years ago at this point. I said to Dad I was, kind of interested in seeing where this would go if I decided to do real estate. And we looked into it, and I had to have graduated high school in order to start the process.
Yep. Yeah.
So a little bit after I graduated, I entered into the Jason Driscoll School, right?
Yeah.
And I started taking classes about last May or this past May, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of reading.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't really know what it was going to be, and looking at it now, it's like, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So I've been working on it steadily. I should probably work on it a little bit more. But
You've had a busy summer.
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like give yourself
Absolutely.
some grace. And I'll tell you from someone who it took way longer than it should have, giving yourself grace is number one. So we actually have Josh enrolled. He mentioned Jason Driscoll with Keller Williams. We actually have a scholarship program called K-Score, which allows you to take classes through our online portal. And then you also have access to our coaching program and those two amazing individuals, Jason and Joanne, who can help you guide you through the entire process. I myself am a graduate of K-Score. So as soon as Matt mentioned to me, hey, Josh is thinking about this, I was like, we have to have him talk to Joanne right away.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have those guys on a future episode as well to talk a little bit more about K-Score. But I mean, it's a pretty simple process once you get going. It's just getting going. And it can be overwhelming because there is a lot of reading and it's done on your own, which if you don't have a good work ethic to be able to do that on your own, it kind of puts those barriers in front of you. But once you get started, it's like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah. And it's interesting that they're doing, it's all online now.
Yeah.
Right, because when you were telling me about your licensing journey, that you were taking the classes.
Everything with me. There was no Zoom classes back then.
It was like what, 2008?
2006.
2006. Oh, okay.
I took the licensing classes. You had just gotten home. I started about a week after you came home from after Josh was born.
I didn't remember that.
February of 06. Yeah.
I would hope not.
No, I wouldn't expect that you would. But yeah, I mean, things have changed significantly since then. I mean, with me, it was all classes. It was all classroom, which for me was fine. I actually prefer that if it's available. The nice thing now, of course, with people's busy schedules and whatnot, is that the async, the whole, possibility of doing it online has just really opened up a lot of people into this world that probably would not have been able to make it into this world just because of their schedules. You're one of them. Yeah. I mean, you're not going to be able to take classes because you have full-time job over the summer and class during the year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing too. I'm a camp counselor. I was a camp counselor this summer. Yeah. And, I get home and I'm like, I'm really tired. I don't really want to. I don't really want to have to go to class, but it's good that it's available because when on the days that I'm not tired, I look over the work and I do some reading, and it's good. It's very flexible, which is great.
Yeah. So I've actually wanted to just kind of take you back a little bit to when you were a kid, because you really accompanied me on a lot of. I mean, when you were a kid. Before I was full-time in real estate, my dad, Joel, and I had done a lot of investing in like the 2007 to like 2013 range. I mean, you were a little kid, but you used to come with me to all these properties. And I remember saying to you, so here's what we're doing. And I mean, when you were little, I was holding you. I'm like, here's what we're doing in the kitchen. And this is going to be really nice. And do you remember any of that?
So there were a few properties that I distinctly remember. A few stories I'm not going to get into, but it was really cool being able to tag along with my dad and my grandpa, and it was nice seeing how it all kind of works, and what you guys were talking about being put together like firsthand. Like I was seeing it happen. You guys were planning out what you're going to do with these houses, and then with Bannockburn. The flip that we did.
Yep.
It was cool to see like again, it was, you were planning it, you executed it, and we turned that house around.
Yeah, Mom and I really had a blast with that. And I mean, both you and me had a chance to really see from the very beginning.
I loved that property.
It was amazing.
It was so phenomenal.
And the people that live there really, really love it.
Yeah.
And the value of that property from the time that we sold it in May of 22 to now has literally just gone like this with the rest of the real estate market. But I mean, that's just the beauty of investing in real estate.
Yeah.
And you've gotten to see it firsthand through most of your life.
Absolutely.
Which is awesome.
Very cool.
I would say even before we jumped on here today, we were talking about one of our clients that's under contract, and Josh jumped right in the conversation and was like, well, what does that mean? Well, what does that do? Well, why do you need that person? Oh, okay, cool. Can I come with you to see that? And we were like, yeah, you're home. Let's get you out there, which goes right along into his title on our team, which I always call him like the hidden member, because he's there, but not a lot of people know that he's actually a part of our team, and that
unless you read our bio.
Unless you read our bio or you go on our website. But
Gotta
like
update
a lot of people, I'm like, yeah, Josh is part of our team. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah, he's our director of field. Like, he's our guy. He goes out into the field for us, puts out our signs. He's taken documents for me. I'm like, hey, can you go run this somewhere? And he's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. Especially if it's a nice day and he can drive the Mustang, he'll go wherever you tell him to go.
Well, yeah.
See?
You're right.
See?
You're right.
So
and if there's Wawa involved.
oh yeah, Wawa too, or Chick-fil-A.
Or
fly,
Chick-fil-A.
I
I was actually really surprised Chick-fil-A didn't make an appearance today, but it was Wawa instead.
I mean, I wanted Wawa. You don't really have it up at school. It's only Sheets.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I went to school in a
okay.
Sheets town, so like I miss Sheets. I'm a
Sheets
little
is
jealous.
good. It's good, but
Wawa won though.
I mean, yeah, and I grew up with Wawa.
I totally get it. Trust
It's
me.
like it's it's a Philly, Philly jersey.
But there was a contest between Wawa and Sheets, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Where was that?
I don't remember if it was online or something, but I mean, Wawa won like in a poll between like of a popularity contest. Wawa definitely won that.
Makes sense.
I'm a
Can't
Wawa
beat
guy.
Wawa.
Yeah, you can't really, but I will still have a soft spot for Sheets.
I like
where
Sheets.
Before, yeah,
I like Sheets.
It's
They
good,
got some
you know,
stuff
good.
that Wawa doesn't.
They
so
have some
let's-
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, I
Let's circle back here.
we'll circle back. So yeah, I guess when I got my license, I started
Yeah.
running stuff for you guys, and it's cool. I get to kind of see what's going on behind the scenes versus
Driver's license we're talking about. By
Oh,
the way.
yeah.
Yes, driver's license. This was when I was 16, got my license, I guess 6 months after I was 16.
Yeah.
But, I always saw the real estate side and the I wouldn't say technical side, but
Yeah.
I didn't really see running signs and meeting with the buyers in that sense, handing over documents. So it's kind of cool to get exposure to that side of things too, which is helping me, I guess, in the long run with eventually when I do get my license,
Real estate license.
real estate license. We'll
There's the distinction.
distinguish.
Just make sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll help me in the long run with that, which is very cool.
Yeah. I mean, I always joke that I miss when Josh goes back to school, because during the summer, I'm like, man, I like that we can just call him and say, hey, can you go do this? And then when he
so
goes,
do I. Trust me.
and then when he goes back, I'm like, dang it. No, I got to get in the car. And not that I don't mind it. I do like breaks, but like when it's raining, I don't really want to leave my desk, and he doesn't really mind. So it's like, man, I miss that kid. But
Maybe
it's all right.
maybe a different Harnick will start doing it once he gets his
We'll
license.
see.
Driver's
We'll see.
license.
That would
Yeah,
be you,
driver's
Danny.
license. We'll see. We'll see if we can convince him.
Yeah, maybe we will.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So tell us about a recent win that you have, something that you can consider a win.
A recent win. As you guys know, you guys might not know, I play guitar in my free time, and recently I was in talk with a couple of my friends from school, and once I get back, we're gonna start practicing together, maybe forming a little band, which is a huge
so
win for me
excited.
because it's been a while. It's been a while, and I'm glad to be back. Hopefully we'll be playing soon up there, and I'm very excited to do that. So.
Me too. I'll drive up there for gigs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we'll have you up.
We are.
So now that we've touched on this whole guitar land that is Josh, can we talk about your like really cool experience that you had?
So I'm assuming you're talking about Los Angeles.
Heck yes, I am.
So for my 18th birthday, my parents thought it would be awesome, and I agree, it was very awesome, to send me to LA to participate in this thing called Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. So Dad and I went. We got on a flight, and I guess it was the Wednesday maybe, and we got to tour Los Angeles, which is the first time I've ever been on the West Coast, and it was amazing. Weather, scenery, just the culture, I guess. And then once we got into the band camp, I got to work with some very special people. Just like people I idolized and listened to in the car, and just one of the headliners was Chris Slade, who was one of the drummers for AC/DC, which I mean AC/DC, how much more famous can you get? You got
Vinny
Appice from Black Sabbath. You had
drummed with Ozzy Osbourne.
Britt Lightning from Vixen, who we had so much fun playing with her. I had so much fun playing with her. Nancy Wilson from Heart, who, I mean, for those of you who know, one of my favorite songs is just Barracuda. I love that song.
Yep. I've heard you play it.
I heard Nancy did something special for your show where you actually played that out at the Troubadour in LA.
Yes, the Troubadour. So the entire time at Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp, I was begging for like a flanger pedal, which is one of the effects that we have as guitarists. And I was talking to one of the techs, and he was like, I can't find it anywhere. Finally, when Nancy was coming, so it was that Saturday, I think, or Sunday. Doesn't matter. He brought in that flanger the day she came, and she asked for the flanger, and he gave it to her. So she keyed in all of her like settings and stuff. We played Barracuda. We jammed Barracuda with her, and then once it was time for the show, he brought it, and it had her settings on it. So
Which is huge.
I got to play my favorite Heart song with her like settings in the effects pedal, and I just that might have been my best guitar story.
I was really hoping he was going to bring this up because I love how animated he gets when he talks about this trip. It's probably the most that I've seen Josh go like.
I'm still getting chills.
Gets that kind of way about it, and it's so fun to see because obviously we know Matt's in a band and he enjoys music and he enjoys being that person on stage, but to see it second generation and him get just as excited as someone outside of the circle, I'm just like, this is so cool. Like, this has to be what every parent wishes for their kids, right? Is to have something they're super passionate about and they really love.
Absolutely.
And to see Josh, and I've gotten the videos of him just jamming down in their basement, like, hey, I learned this song today. What do you think? And I'm like, how much of an honor is it for me to get those kind of text messages that are like, hey, can you check out the song that I did? Abso-freaking-lutely, kid. Of course I will. And I call him kid because he's so much younger than me. But it's like, I'm like, yes, of course I will. Like, that's so cool to be able to be a part of that. And the whole time that they were in LA, I'm sitting here in the office going, man, this is so cool. I can't wait to hear the stories. And I would get a check-in literally like every day. One of them would be like, oh my God, I got to meet this person today. Oh my God, wait, let's send her this photo. And I'm like, this is so cool to like see it through his eyes. So I was really happy that you brought that up.
And it wasn't just like, you know, me meeting them in a, like in the studio and stuff. There were a lot of behind the scenes stories. Like, one of the first nights we were there, we saw Vinny Appice in the at the hotel, and we were talking about getting dinner, and he was like, "Oh yeah, like that's closed. We were going here, whatever." And it was in passing, and he's like, well, what we were just talking about Jordan and that whole thing. It's like they're famous. They're like, you know, these amazing people. But they're people, and they have conversations.
They're just people.
They put one foot in front of the other,
like everybody else.
It's literally what I say all the time. Like, they just happen to have a really cool job and get paid a little more money, but they are just down to earth people, just living a dream.
Yeah. And I guess I can tell this story too. So. We didn't have a singer in our specific band.
Okay.
Right? So, yeah, you know this. So, Britt Lightning, her boyfriend is Tommy London, who is a DJ for Sirius XM.
Yeah.
And we needed a singer because we were playing Ain't Talking About Love by Van Halen, which is one of my favorite Van Halen songs. And
you actually auditioned with that song.
I auditioned with that song, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I met with my band. I was like, I had the Van Halen replica guitar, and I was like, can we do something Van Halen? They were like, what were you thinking? I gave them that song, and we needed a singer. So Britt brought in Tommy London, who is a fantastic singer. Tommy, if you're watching this, I absolutely loved it.
Shout out to Tommy London DJ. I think is his handle on Instagram.
Fantastic.
I think so. Or official Tommy London or something. Go follow him.
Well, we'll tag him.
We'll tag him.
Absolutely. So he came in and he comes in with this David Lee Roth, like just scream, like he has this like aura about it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh right, I'm supposed to play. it was so good. It had me like stopping in my tracks. It was just the best experience, and I cannot wait to do it again.
And Robert and Dean DeLeo from the Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah, so we were that was on my birthday actually. That was my 18th birthday. And they come in as we're rehearsing the song to jam with them. And Robert comes in, and I hadn't met him before. I didn't really know what he looked like.
Yeah.
He came in and he started singing backup vocals on his own song. And I'm playing the song and I'm like, wow, he's really good.
This guy's pretty good.
and then we go into the meet and greet and I'm like, oh shit, that's Robert DeLeo.
Perfect.
Yeah, and then
I love it.
He was leaving and he mentioned to our band leader Johnny Martin from LA Guns, and he said like, these kids have something.
Yeah.
They are fantastic.
How'd that feel?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's amazing.
Here's me watching the live gigs at the Viper Room. At the Troubadour. And I'm just like, I grew up with the Stone Temple Pilots in, the 1990s and stuff. And of course I've listened to Heart since my dad had a copy of, I don't even remember what album it was. Little Queen, I think it was, like back in the 70s. I mean, so I grew up with all this music, and here he's playing with these guys. Chris Slade, the drummer for Man's Earth Band. I mean, and then AC/DC, and I'm like, oh my God, like I have a picture of him on my album.
Yeah, and I think we actually found that picture.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. He's wearing a Viking hat on the back of the album. It's crazy. But you're playing with these guys.
Yeah, it was surreal.
What did that feel like?
I mean, it was a thing that you'd never really think you would experience, but once you do, it's like, wow, I did this, and it doesn't feel real.
Yeah.
But it was. I have the video and the photos to prove it.
I have a signed T-shirt. I have all these things, and it's just, and I'm still in touch with some of these people. Like I follow, like, Britt, Tommy, Johnny, and I text with Johnny a lot.
Johnny's asked you to, anytime they're in town, he's said you can always come to a show and get backstage and hang out, which I think is just
LA Guns. Like,
cool.
I get to.
That's amazing.
It's just, it's so cool. And I actually, it was summer session at Penn State, and it was like towards the middle of the summer, and I get a call, I do get a call from the owner. And he asked me, he was like, hey, so we have an open spot for a guitarist in this show. I forget what it was at that time, but
the owner of
Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp.
Yeah.
And he asked me if I wanted to do it. And I was just like, I really wish I could have, because it was a couple months after I did the first one. And I really, really wanted to, but not unfortunately, summer session was like one of the best times of my life, but other than that,
and there's Lou Graham from Foreigner, in New York,
that too, But they're good, they're very good people, and I really enjoyed working with all of them, and I really want to do it again. I wish I could have done it again at that time, but I just had school.
Yeah, Miles and
I
David
will be doing it again.
Miles and David and crew just put together such a phenomenal program. I mean, it's really
fantastic.
You had mentioned something about culture, the culture in LA, that you really enjoy taking the culture. I know culture is a big thing for you. Talk about the team culture, like, because now you've had a chance to see sort of how we interact with each other and how we interact with our clients and stuff. Like, how would you describe the culture of the team? I
mean, I would have to say, kind of on the nose, but I would say family.
Yeah.
Other than us being related, it's just a very tight knit crew.
Perfect timing there.
That was great timing.
No, but seriously, it's like I feel very close with you, and working with you, working with the other team members who have come and gone. It feels very tight knit. Well, it
just does.
It was a good like time, and having a team that's just so like we work well together. You guys work very well together.
Well, thank you.
I'm excited to see what happens when it kind of, we have more team members, and if we're thinking about expanding soon or down the road, it's just, I'm excited to see that.
And how would you call, what would you use to describe like the vibe of the team?
Well, the vibe's a very general term. Let me think about this for a second. I would have to say it's all very friendly.
Yeah.
Right? It's, I come in with Wawa, or even today I came in with Wawa, and we all just kind of, we sat in a circle. We were just talking. It's just it's very welcoming, very friendly. And I always feel welcome.
I love it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
I feel very close to you too. You and your brother.
That's good.
I mean, I think that's one thing that was important to all of us when we started this journey of making the Matt Harnick Team, was that we've said it before, we spend so much time together that our family has to become a part of the business. If they're not, this doesn't work, because they have to be understanding of the crazy hours and the random text messages that happen to come in. I mean, even this weekend, like, I was getting stuff and I knew that he was down the shore, but I wasn't sure if he was back yet. And I was like, well, I'm in front of my computer. I can take care of it. But it's like that kind of bounce back and forth. You have to have that, and your spouse and your extended family has to just, I don't want to say fall in line, but they kind of just have to understand, like, hey, sometimes we've got some things that have to be a little more flexible. So in order to do that, you have to have a tight-knit bond.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get into some fun stuff now. You ready?
Love the fun stuff.
Awesome. What's your go-to coffee or lunch order?
Coffee or lunch order. Okay, so at school, there's we have a place that's kind of like a Starbucks.
Okay.
And we can use our meal plan there. And last year, every single day, I got a sausage, egg, and cheese on a croissant roll. Mm-hmm. And then I got
Wait, did you say egg?
Sausage, egg, and cheese. Yeah. Yeah, that's the only way I eat it. And I got that, and then I got
we had this whole thing about him not even eating egg.
Well, hopefully I'll be changing that soon. I got to start.
Hopefully.
And then it was a venti strawberry acai refresher with lemonade, which one of my friends put me onto, and it was fantastic. I got it every single day.
That was your thing.
Yeah. And that was my thing. And I think now there's a Dunkin' right next to my apartment. So we all know it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the sausage, egg, and cheese, that's just my go-to in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to get just a coffee.
They have refreshers as well.
That too. And have you ever had one with the sparkling water?
Yes.
So good.
So good.
So good.
I'm a sucker for like watermelon or peach. Mm-hmm. And when I think it was last summer, they came out with that like sparkling watermelon one. My poor Dunkin' cart did not have a chance every time I stopped by. And then we had Bold in February, and there was a Dunkin' on my way to Bold. And I was like,
that's dangerous.
This is not a good idea. But there were some times that I might have strolled in with a little pink drink to make me feel better.
I remember that.
They were pretty good.
Yeah.
So what's a fun fact about you besides that you're this like rock star?
Fun fact about me. Well, you talked about the Mustang and how I love driving that. So the Mustang is a 5-speed manual, and I can drive stick. Which I learned through you and also my grandpa. This is actually a fun story. When I was 3 years old, we were down the shore, and he had this old yellow Porsche, and it was a manual, and he used to take me in the front seat without telling my parents, because they would have said no.
Of course.
I was in the front seat, he was driving, and he showed me the shift pattern. So Poppy, you kind of paved that road for me, and I really appreciate that.
Me too. He did the same thing for me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Except it was a 1974 Mercury Capri. Wasn't a bright yellow, Porsche 911.
How about the 81 Mustang that you taught yourself how to drive stick on?
That's another story for another day.
See, these guys could talk cars all day, and to me, I'm hearing Charlie Brown in my ears going, wah, 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 because I am just not a car girl. Unless they look pretty, then I'm like, oh, that's pretty, but I know nothing about anything. Yeah. But I also know how to drive stick.
Yeah.
Which is a lost art.
Yeah, it really is.
Definitely a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
Next to guitar, cars are probably like one of my favorite passions. I just love them.
Love it. Mm-hmm. So we've been talking about you going into real estate, but say real estate was not on the table for you, what would you want to do?
So with the classes I'm taking now, or just anything?
Yeah,
Okay.
or anything in general.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I don't really know, and it's just sometimes you don't really know what you're gonna do, and that's why I'm at
you go to
school.
college.
That's why I'm at school. That's why I'm studying these different, taking these different classes, kind of seeing what I like. If I had to pick something though, it would be in business. Dream job, maybe a major guitar company, working for them in some capacity.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
That'd be pretty nice. Martin's not far from here.
It is not. It is not.
Bethlehem.
Yeah. So we shall see.
My husband's been on the tour.
Yeah. No,
He
so did
loved
I.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was amazing. Like really, it was really cool. It was all like handcrafted, and they took us through the factory.
You should. I really need to connect you with Tucker because he's got 13.
I heard. Yeah.
So I think the two of you need to have a guitar conversation. 'Cause,
Agreed.
Again, that's something else. I don't know anything other than I named all 13 of his guitars.
You did.
That yes. Well, I can't say that. One of them was named by my niece.
So he has names for each guitar, or is it just like the mod? It's the actual
Oh no, one is the one my niece named. Sorry, Morgan, I'm calling you out. Is a White Lightning because it is a white sparkly guitar, and she said that looks like the White Lightning Dunkin' or the White Lightning donut from Yum Yum. So it is.
There you go.
White Lightning.
Absolutely, as it should be. That's a great.
That was literally her as she was like, "Girl, I think you were like 4 years old when you did that," and I was like, "Hey, man."
Yeah.
So now that to this day that guitar is the White Lightning guitar.
Yeah, I actually got to start putting names on my guitars, other than the build I had. So I over the past year and a year and a half, I guess, I was working on a project guitar.
Nice.
So my cousin gave me this body, and I sanded it down, kind of rebuilt it, and it's called the Blue Jay because it's blue, and it has 2 white Le Mans stripes, kind of like a car, which kind of plays into my other passion. But
I like that.
yeah, I looked at it and I'm like, what should I name this? So on the back of the headstock in my handwriting in Sharpie, it just says Blue Jay.
Just says Blue Jay.
Yeah.
I love that.
Cars and guitars.
Cars and
Yeah,
guitars.
they gotta have names. I mean, my car, every car I've had has had a name. And my husband is like, "Why do you name your cars?" I'm like, "You have to name a car. I know nothing, but I know that your car has to have a name." So I've named all of his trucks.
So what's your current car's name?
Her name is Charlotte Storm.
Okay.
Because
It's like a superhero name.
It really is.
it's because I'm a WWE nerd, in case you haven't figured that out. One of the wrestlers is Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And when we first got it, it had like so much more power than my other car that I was like, oh, this is like a powerful thing. So I decided it had to have a wrestler name. Well, then my brother-in-law saw it, and the color reminded him of the superhero Storm.
Yeah.
From one of them.
X-Men.
Yeah, see, there you go. Another thing I know nothing
Didn't know you
about,
knew
but my brother-in-law was like, "It looks like Storm."
It was
And I'm
Halle
like,
Berry. Are you
okay.
kidding me? Of course I know that.
Yes,
Yeah, of
that's
course you know
that's
that.
why. So it's got this like blue-green like sparkle effect, and he said that it looked like her outfit in the movie, so it had to be named Storm. And I was like, "Well, can I combine the two?" And I mean, every other car pretty much had 2 names, so I was like, "Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Charlotte Storm."
Perfect. That's a great name.
Yeah.
My Mustang still does not have a name.
I said Layla from the song
Ooh,
because
I
it's
like
just
Layla.
it's a good name, and it kind of matches. It's like a classy.
He's not feeling it.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
And it's not going to be Sally either. There's no way.
No. That's
Sally.
too many bad memories associated
Yeah.
with that. With that song.
Well, don't tempt me. I will ChatGPT a name.
Maybe we'll put a poll out there at some point.
What should we
We
name
got to
the
put a picture of her and then
I
show
can do that.
it. You know what she looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a gray Mustang, and it's like I feel like it's classier. It kind of has to have like an elegant name to it.
I agree with you.
Right.
Even though it's got like obviously it's a Mustang, it's got some power, it's got some like va-va-voom to it, but it's still like a classy va-va-voom.
Yeah,
I mean, the license
exactly.
plate is Vroom.
Vroom.
VR000M.
And you just doxed our car. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, and
Did I?
and the thing is,
Oops.
we got it stock. We got it stock.
I don't even know what that means.
And what do we do to it? We put a cold air intake in
Yeah.
and new exhausts. So, it does have, and we tuned
Yeah.
it.
And a tune.
And it tuned. So it is powerful. And it kind of sounds pretty cool.
It does.
I like Storm.
See, you can
Storm.
borrow Storm.
Can I borrow that, Mish?
Yeah, you can borrow Storm.
Thanks.
Like
Yeah.
Nimbus or
Clip
something.
it.
Oh, that was mom's car. Mom's old car.
Not Nimbus.
Nimbus.
No.
I love
Over the for
It's
the
like a
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter.
Yeah.
the broomstick.
Yeah.
Does anybody else out there notice that Josh's voice and my voice have the same timbre to them, by the way?
Yeah. We sometimes we prank people on the phone. We talk
We
like
do.
he says something and then I say something, continuing that sentence. And
My mom, hi mom. My mom half the time doesn't know which one of us is on the phone.
sorry, my mom.
Sorry,
Yeah.
my mom.
And then Danny kind of has a deeper voice than both of us.
He's starting to sound like the both of you, which
Yeah.
for me is weird because, I mean, I met Danny when he was younger. Now he's like turning into this little gentleman, and I'm like,
He's not so little
dude,
anymore either.
he's taller than me, and now he's got this little low voice, and I'm like, dude, no, I can't do this.
Yeah,
I
and
like it.
you can kind of notice when his hair
Yeah.
got longer, so did his voice.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, he's it's kind of weird how much he's grown. Oh, well, it's not weird.
It's the way it happens,
It
buddy.
is.
I know
It's all weird to me.
when it's you like me growing up and my parents were like, oh wow, you're getting so tall, you're getting whatever. And I'm
Like, yeah, whatever.
yeah, it's just like me growing up. But
when it's your little brother.
when it's my little brher, it's weird.
Yeah.
It's just
I say the same thing. I was just at a concert with the girl that I call my little sister, and she's sitting there drinking a margarita, and I'm like, when did this happen? Like, and she was telling stories, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, you really are a lot of fun. Like, you were annoying a couple years ago, but now I'm like, dang, you're one of my favorite people. So Val, thanks for showing me that you grew up. Not a total fan of you growing up, but I like that you're growing up because then
Ouch.
it makes me feel old, but you are a blast to hang out with. So, all right, we do this every podcast to end. We do a rapid fire round.
Okay,
So are you ready?
I'm ready.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I should have known that.
Well, I told you.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl started to be an early bird.
Oh, he's growing up. See that?
Everybody is starting to turn to my side, and I like it. Favorite local restaurant?
Restaurant.
Yeah, not fast food.
Not fast food. Not fast food.
I would have to go with Smash Burger because I feel like it's
yeah.
more of a sit-in restaurant.
It is more of a sit-in.
And I love Smash Burger. Every single night I'm like, can we get Smash Burger?
Shout out to Smash Burger.
The milkshakes.
That's my,
Yep.
yep, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Dream vacation.
Dream vacation. So does this have to be rapid fire?
No,
Yeah,
you can,
no,
you can.
I'll make it rapid fire. Costa Rica. Just because of past stories that
Yeah.
Dad was telling me. I really wanted to go there.
We'll get
Hi,
to that.
Poppy.
Yeah.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
No green text messages.
No green bubbles. No green bubbles.
Podcast or playlist?
I'd have to go podcast just because of
I
this.
love it. And I keep telling everybody, this is kind of a trick question because you can put a podcast
On a
a
playlist.
playlist. So like it's kind of a trick question.
Yeah.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Go to hype song.
Go to hype song.
I know the answer.
Okay, so when I think about hype songs, I think about like walkout songs.
Yeah,
and
yes.
that I think baseball.
Yes.
So if I was a baseball player and I was coming out to bat, I would have to go either Unchained by Van Halen or Hot for Teacher by Van Halen, but not at the beginning. Only when like when it kicks into the finger tapping,
Okay.
because that's just kind of that's me.
All right.
I knew it was going to be Unchained.
It's something Van Halen.
Yeah.
I knew it.
You can count me on that.
And I love that you got the reference of like being a walkout song. Not everybody gets that.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Me, it was like if you were walking on stage to give like a TED talk, what would that song be as
Right.
you were like coming out? But I like the MLB reference. Yeah, I like that
Absolutely.
a lot. All right. We've already gone over this, so your hidden talent. We obviously found out your guitar playing.
Yeah, I might have dropped that a little bit earlier.
Just a little bit. If you had to pick one word to describe yourself, what would it be?
Ambitious.
Oh.
I
That's a
love that
great
one.
word.
Because I put
Yeah.
my mind to something, and I'm like, other than the real estate classes, that needs to kind of pick up a little bit. But when I sit down and I
It's
listen,
there when you want it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about that, I was thinking about when I'm listening to a song in the car, and I'm like, wow, I just this is a really cool riff or a really cool solo, and I sit down and I learn it.
Yeah.
That's just I just get it done.
Yeah. I have to say determined too. I think that's a good one for
Thank
you.
you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Just because we were a part of the whole college journey with you when there was another school and we were going back. I mean, and I say we because I was a part of this conversation of like, what do we do? And just watching him be so determined, like, you know what? No, they didn't want me. This has been my dream. I'm going there and I'm making the best of it, even though I have to go in the summer. And he was so like grumpy, I'll say, about going for the summer. And we were like, dude, it'll be the best time. And I talked to him a couple months later, and literally he went.
Yeah, I mean, so that night, even like the first night we moved in, I was hanging out with my roommate, and then we go and just meet with it was his twin brother, and then a couple of his friends, and then it kind of blossomed from there.
Yep.
And my career at Penn State has been fantastic so far. I don't picture myself anywhere else. Sorry to the other school, but you snoozed, you lose.
Yeah,
and they really wanted you, but you turned them down after it was all said and done.
I mindset, right? Of like, no, I'm going to do this on my terms, and it's going to be my way. And I mean, look, again, outside looking in, I was like, go, like, do it. Go be like the rock star that I know you are. I mean, and I use that word, but he really is. Like, he's just a good kid who was like, no, I'm going to make this my way.
Thank you. Yeah.
And you're doing it.
The football games kind of helped.
Yeah, the football games helped. Yeah, all right.
I was lucky to get tickets freshman year.
Yeah.
We are
Penn State.
Love it.
And here you go again on Friday.
Yeah.
I can't believe that we're coming up on
sophomore year
2.
Yeah, it's interesting. It doesn't really feel like I'm going into my sophomore year.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really feel like I'm going to be moving into this,
I know.
apartment, it feels weird.
Dude.
I'm so lucky I get to move into this great apartment with.
I was just going to say, it's not just an apartment. It's like a sick apartment.
Yeah. And, I get to live with 4 of my closest friends, and I'm excited.
All right. So as we transition out here, I'll ask you one final question. What are you like really excited about for this upcoming year?
This upcoming year, I would say the football games, but I didn't get tickets. That's
yet.
Okay. We'll figure that out.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Upcoming year. I mean, declaring my major finally, seeing if I can, or moving forward with that. Yeah. This year or this school year?
Either.
Because I would have to say, finally just turning the corner, getting over 20 or getting 220.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Not being a teenager anymore.
That's
like, whoa.
No,
that's an amazing,
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
Some of my friends are turning 20, and it's interesting to think about. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. No more teenager, and I think I'm ready.
I think you are too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're gonna kill it this year. I can't wait to watch.
I really do appreciate that.
Of course.
And maybe I'll be working with you guys by this summer.
Heck
as
yeah.
a showing agent.
Bring it on.
We'd love it.
Let's do it.
I would absolutely love it.
You could not ask for a better showing agent than this guy right here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys are pretty good.
Yeah, but you're gonna be just fine.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
All right.
Well, thanks for letting us open the door with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
We're so excited. So, I mean, our unofficial member, we're super excited that he took time before he moves in to hang out with us. But look for the next podcast coming soon.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, Josh, thanks for coming, buddy.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Of course.
Loved having you on today. And for all those of you out there watching, thank you for joining us on this current episode of The Keychain. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.